'cause right now we acting careless. Good night, Shady. Sweet TNT, good night. All you know what time it is? Time for Behind the Soca. Orlando. Only waistline walking. No when this party stopping. Orlando. All hands in the air. As usual, I hear with the questions. The guests don't know what's up. I know what time it is, Shady. I am on time. I logged in at 6. Kyle, I know you have some questions, you know. I can lose. Long in the party, acting free. Tell me how your day was now. How your day was? Well, you had a good day, a hectic day, a busy day. How was all your day? All you share the live, share the live. The live had to go up before the guests come on. All you know the deal. We running some tunes. Olado, only waistline walking. Give me a thumbs up if all you hear me clearly. Give me the thumbs up. All hands in the air. All you hear me, all you hear me. Clear skies kind of day. That's a good thing, right? I don't know what part of the world you're in, but hopefully it was a warm day. Well, let's share the live. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. All hands in the air. Next tune, we sticking. The guests already on the live. But you know we had to run the tunes before the guests come on. Brooklyn. I hope you had a good day in Brooklyn today. Share the live. Tell your friend. Yeah, your jinx, as they say. Get the jinx. Let me get going. I just wanna go down low. When I whine. So, all you know what time it is, and for the people that knew, we getting ready to bring the guests on Behind the Soca, right? Joshua Guerra, sorry, I can't add you right now. However, I'm gonna take 3 questions. 3 questions from the people in the comments pertaining to me. I'll answer them, and then you'll get to ask the guest questions too, right? So let me share the live. You could take it slow, can you handle it fast? When I get you the walk, can you whine non-stop? Shake it from the place. Cause when I whine, hey, hey. How tall you is? That is a sentence, Shady. That's a question. I am 5'6". Why does that matter? If you're ready, come for the bumper. How tall are you? So, I'm gonna take it low here a little bit before I start to drop the tunes from the artists. Good night, everyone logged on thus far, because I know when the artists come on, more people are gonna come on. I am Rane Blackman, host of Behind the Soca. Tonight we have 2 beautiful women, gorgeous women, on the live with us, and you're gonna see them in a short. But for now, let's run the tunes. Share the live, let me go. 6-2. Let we bet, no regret. I don't mind dancing with my ex. Sugar again. Take a while just to follow, then check the flyer. Who on the live tonight? Tune in. Big DJ selector and man. Yeah, that sweet voice. Come on. You might get a little thing for nothing. Then we fix. I don't mind dancing with my ex. Once you don't expect to get sugar again. Then we fix. No regret. It's only things to get. I'm trying that thing. Send the questions. Send the questions. Take a joke. Send the questions before I bring the guests on the line. Shady, you with all the questions. Groovy. Yeah. Like this. Seems to make you you might get a little thing. Yeah. Groovy, shady, groovy. I would dabble in the pace, but groovy. No. This song is Miss Cali and it's called The Last Time. Big up Empress J on the live. This is Miss Cali and it's called The Last Time. Make sure you check that out. Dropping our next song from Miss Cali. Little piece. Exactly. And this is exactly why we're doing Behind the Soca. You'll be surprised. I don't even want to say the name of the artist because I want them to introduce themselves, introduce themselves to you all. So make sure you share up the live. Let me get going. This here. The previous song was Miss Cali, Eat, Drink, Fat, Repeat. Now we have like this before, boy. Take a little bit now. Take a little bit now. Take a little bit now. What you waiting for? I come out to party. Drink some rum and break way. This is Anika berry, the sweetest berry, and it's called Jamin. Make sure you check this out too, because the boys. Yes, sir. Who doesn't call them? Like this, getting on bad like this, just the way you want. 4 more minutes. Then we bringing on the guests. Shelly live, Shelly live. Shelly live, Shelly live. a break, Cody. Take a break. If only didn't hear this one from Anika. I had to bring this one because you had to bring them on. Undefeated by Anika Berry. Just for you. Just for you. Waiting on Anika Berry and Miss Cali to send your requests. I'm gonna add them in. Before that, we have a request. Right? By request. This was requested, so yeah, we had to get some vocals.
It wouldn't be off. It would be off.
It would be off. This was a request. Look at you.
This kind of love it is getting me.
How are you, madam?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain. We just waited on Miss Cali to join, but Shady requested this. I given him his plate.
Big up you, Shady.
Raven Queen, what's going on? Kyle say, what's up, boss lady? You can see
guys. Aw, thank you. Oh, thank you. Look, I got my art form cup.
Girl, I got an art form t-shirt.
Oh, I'm hating. Let me borrow it. What size is it?
Good night, ladies, with the beautiful faces. How y'all doing?
I am good. I am good. I just actually came. I just come from outside, so I see I kind of 2 minutes late as well. Also,
no, you're good.
But
Shaft Bishop on the line. Big up staff on the line. We are Kyle, Bajan. We are Avalon Gomez. Big up Avel on the line. Cordell is saying you ladies have beautiful smiles.
oh, thank you. I feel say that for me to smile more, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah. So ladies, it's a pleasure. And I'm really grateful to have you guys on the live because you know we are all working women. So we all my female artists in one place. Yes, Shaft. Yes.
That feels good. Thank you for inviting me on this live.
Definitely.
I've been watching you do your thing for a couple weeks. I said, wait, when is it my turn?
Oh well, you know, I was just waiting for the right time to pair because we are all in different areas, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you all introduce yourselves and tell the people on the live where you're represented.
Okay. Hi guys, it's your girl Anika Berry. I guess I'll go first since I was on a live first. The Sweetest Berry. I'm an international recording soca artist, and yeah, I mean, I represent Trinidad. Oh, yeah.
Where in Trinidad? Yeah,
Hey,
that's how I
hey, sour side.
know. You're from San Juan? I would have never thought. I always thought you were a South girl, you know.
No, family is in Sawa.
That's
Yeah.
nice. And Miss Cali.
Hi, everybody. I am from Toku. Let me start with that first. I I grew up in Trinidad and Tobago. I am a soca artist that lives in Toronto and Trinidad. I was in Trinidad for a while first, and then I hopped back out after COVID. But other than that, I've explored my musical talents in the industry and can't wait to see where it gets me.
Okay.
Good. Well, hi everyone. I am Rane Blackman, host of Behind the Soca. I too moved back to Trinidad for a while. But hailing from Nelson Street and Maloney, don't judge. Anyway, but it's only when I came back out here I really picked up with the soca. Shout to Mr. Lion. So yeah, but you ladies are doing wonderful things. The voices. Listen, I don't know if y'all were hearing, but I had to let them hear them sweet songs before they come on. Right? Had to. So, Anika, the sweetest berry. If y'all don't know, Anika goes by the sweetest berry, and she has this
So sweet.
so sweet fascination with strawberries.
Mhm. My strawberries.
It goes hand in hand, right, with the last name.
You know it. You know it. It
Mhm.
Um,
only makes sense.
so Anika, tell us how long have you been singing soca, and what's the first song you jumped on the soca scene with?
So I've been singing soca, and I was actually talking about this earlier for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've been singing all my life though. So when I first touched music, I did R&B,
Right.
and I had a song called Romance and In My Dreams. So my first soca song was called Drive, and
Okay.
that was written by me, and that was in 2021.
Really?
Mhm.
I don't know why I thought your first was jamming, but then I was like, jamming was just fun.
Jamming was the one that I think made the most noise. But Drive was doing its thing. I had it uploaded on YouTube. It was doing great. It had like 20K views. And then it got flagged. And then we had to take it down.
Why? Why was that?
It got flagged for the dumbest, stupidest reason. It was like, I guess on the artwork, there was a Mercedes Benz or some kind of car graphics. And the Mercedes, or I think it was them, reached, or BMW, I don't know, one of them, said, oh, you can't use this artwork. You have to take it down. So I had to start from scratch, and all those views kind of got like just lost in the sauce. And
Right.
that's the story with Drive. Drive is still, I love Drive. Drive is my baby.
Yeah,
But
check
Touch
that out.
something there.
yeah.
Before I go on to Miss Cali, I want to shout out Chris Kennedy and DJ Kai out of Barbados. Big up DJ Kai. Um, but I want to know, Cali, same question for you. How long you been singing soca?
Mhm.
First song you jumped on the scene with?
Soca started for me in 2017.
Okay.
Um, and that was my very first soca I sang, which was Remily.
Mm-hmm.
I worked on that project with Penn from St. Lucia 758.
Okay.
It was good. Actually, it was written for someone else,
Oh,
to be honest with you. My intention wasn't to actually sing soca, it was to write it.
okay.
And the artist was taking a little too long. And he was like, Kelly, just sing it. He's like, just sing the song. And I sang it. And yeah, that was been doing for ever since.
We're like
I can't.
total
Soca Bun
opposites
Baby.
because you said you were starting off by writing music. When I started, I couldn't
Yeah,
write anything. I said, I just know I want to
yeah,
sing. And then the
right,
writing came after.
right.
So I
I'm
feel
like,
you.
But you see, just like you, I started doing R&B. So I used to write a lot of R&B. I like R&B. I write raps. That was because when I was living in
What?
Toronto, yeah,
You
yeah,
got
I could do a
bars?
little rap. But
I'm gonna have to hear you spit something. Wait a
no,
minute
no, no,
before the
not
time ends.
freestyle, not freestyle,
Nah, I want some bars.
right? But then I started with that. So it was always R&B. That was my first love. That I love R&B,
Hmm.
And then when I
no.
moved to Trinidad, then well, okay. I always loved soca too, but singing R&B was when the focus was when I was a teen. And then when I moved to Trinidad, I was like, yeah, boy, okay.
Listen. Put your foot in your mouth there because people asking you to rap, right? But I
Listen.
must say that I could relate because I too started off with R&B. Why? Because I went to high school in Queens,
Mm,
right? And you know
mm.
you're trying to get to sing, and I started writing R&B. Soca wasn't like even in my purview. And then when I started writing, my thing was not to sing one, as shy. Two, my mother was kind of scared, thinking if
Yeah.
somebody at me on the stage, I will jump in the crowd. And I said, yes, I would. Because why are you trying to at me on the stage? Right? So I too was pushed to sing because it's like they're not going to what I was told is they're not gonna buy your songs unless they know who you are. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
let's just sing your songs, let them know you, and then you could write and sell. So,
Right.
Makes
so,
sense.
so we all started on the same page, and then we all come
On the same page.
come here.
Yes. Yes.
R&B
Sounds
for
about right.
life.
Army for life.
Listen, R&B is life. Let me know. R&B is still life.
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah,
R&B
yeah,
is still life. But soca is life too.
yeah.
Mhm.
Trust
So
me.
okay, so we all said R&B, right? So what or who inspired you to sing soca and jump on the soca scene? Anyone? For both.
I
Final
think
dancer.
I really grew up listening to Calypso, so Mighty Sparrow, Calypso Rose,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then I think I started to really get in more touch when it was Destra Garcia. She was mashing up the place.
What's up?
Fayan, just all of the that's my you hear Layla in the back.
She's like, yes,
So she knows she's like, mommy's talking, but I'm still gonna be loud and run anyhow.
yeah.
Um, all even let me see, Denise Belfon too. Like it just all the women. Period.
So,
Mm-hmm.
now we are called Fayan and you're called Destra.
Hmm.
What and Denise? What particular song from them that had you like, yeah,
I'm gonna just say one because I could go on and
yeah,
on with them.
no,
So
yeah,
I would
that
say
one particular song.
I think as I was watching the transition with Destra and Lucy. So I'm gonna say
Mm-hmm.
Lucy. I grew up as a real good girl, always home, don't go nowhere.
That,
So that was like
yeah,
it connected to me, it
yeah,
made sense, and I said, you know what, I kind of see myself doing this, and it just from there, I think, you know, snowball effects.
yeah. That for me it was Choo Choo.
Hmm.
Okay,
Don't date me.
Hmm.
I said,
my head.
passenger, I have Star Boy. I said, eh. And for me with Fayan, it was Display.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was actually on a truck in Miami singing that on Bad Company truck. Like I some soca artist. I wasn't even thinking about being a soca artist. But I was
Where was
just
I
like
at that time?
hyping up the crowd for them on the streets.
What?
So Cali, for you,
It was Final Dam stuff.
in the water.
In the river.
In the water,
Yeah, it's in the water or in the
paddling,
river.
in the river. When the river come down, something I can remember. When the river,
Listen, when the river,
yes.
that's you, when the river, I want to
And
paddle in,
paddle
paddle.
on
Hey,
and
you
a
know,
dance,
watch me.
right?
And my grandmother used to tell me, hey, what you doing there? You know, because I grew up 7 Day Adventist, yeah, but yeah, down in the soca. So
It
it
was
was
bad.
that, it was also, yeah, all of them. It was, I like a lot of island music too, like Volcano and from like Fire and stuff.
You know.
Yeah, I just love
Yeah,
music that made me feel to dance,
yeah.
right? And of course, you will get your Denise bicycle wine
Right?
and your Destra Trimblets. When I used to go junior sex was plenty Trimblets.
Rhythm Silencer saying, but DJ shout out, DJ Rhythm Silencer, he's saying the name of the song is River. So we were close.
Wait, what did
Close
you
in the
say? What did you say the
river,
name of the song was?
river,
Oh God, you see what he said? He said always them
paddling.
girl. Yeah. The Tony Baptist and
Oh
Seventh Day Adventist singing soca. What?
Which one? Me fruity. I'm crying. That's
Puddle
about
Creek. Anika, call them so if you can make roti. Jesus.
I could eat roti.
Okay then.
I
I
can
can mix that.
make roti.
You can make, well, from
Yeah,
tofu. You
I make
better
roti
know.
on bubbles already.
All right, so I'm
You
coming
better
by you.
know.
I'm bringing the drinks.
Caribana next year. We going.
Yes, no problem. Like, country
So, so okay, for both of you, right? How many songs off the top of your head do you each have in your catalog? And drop the name of a few of the songs.
I have six. Six songs.
In your
Six
catalog.
songs in total.
Okay.
My entire catalog is six.
Why six?
Well,
I'm being devil's advocate here. Why six?
six is where it come up to. Hey,
I'm not
it's
looking
where it come to. It's no. I'm just saying six. When I started, it was 2016, 2017.
Mhm.
And as I was building myself, it's usually the one song a year because music is expensive.
Okay.
So with that, also missing out a year because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually 2019, then COVID, and then I did 2002 and stuff. It limits. So because it's so expensive and you're funding yourself entirely, you're not making I wasn't making the money that I could have been making if I was living out of Trinidad. I was in Trinidad at the time.
Right.
You're able to do what you can do, and if putting out one song is means that you're staying consistent within between your music or your career,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I did.
Right.
So it started with Remele, and then it moved all the way down to the last time, which is current now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Cali,
hmm
Remele, and what are the other songs between that up until last time?
So it was Remele, Control It, Eat, Drink, Fit, Repeat,
Yeah.
Property,
Mm-hmm.
Show Me, and the last time.
Yeah. Y'all see the last comment there? I mean, that's all you know. Naki is also a soca artist out of Canada, right?
Yes,
Naki,
and a calypso there too.
yeah,
Very good. Yes.
her voice. And Naki she's a
Yeah.
good, a real bad calypso. She
Yeah.
ain't afraid to say what she had to say, so just be so Anika,
Yeah.
let's hear you.
I counted 23.
Okay.
23 songs
Mm-hmm.
so far.
So what are the name of some of your songs?
Um, well, I mentioned Drive earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I have Romance. I have In My Dreams. I have One Wine. I have Tea for Wine. I have Lash Up. We know
Oh,
Jamming.
that's up. Yeah.
I have ATM. I have Undefeated. I have Waistline Distraction.
Ginger.
Somebody said Anika Money Long.
Don't forget Ginger.
Sure. It's yeah, I have enough songs.
So well, yeah. So by the saying your money long, I don't know. They marking your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, I understand the hustle. So with me now behind me, you see, this is my studio.
Yeah.
So all my work is in
Right.
house.
Right.
Like, my bedroom is upstairs. So the investment was made to be able to make my music here.
Yeah.
And then recording me is my fiance, Isaiah. So he
Yeah.
records me.
Shout to Ransom. Shout to
Shout
Ransom.
out to Ransom Entertainment. He started the label. I jumped on board. So that's our label. What we do outsource for is co-writing. I try to write all my songs, really.
Right.
But if I do have to touch, a couple writers, mixing and mastering, of course. And then like visuals is Ransom, is Isaiah. He does we invest in cameras and we really try to keep everything in house so that way we can,
That's awesome.
budget correctly because music
That's
is definitely
amazing.
Apparently
expensive.
he quoted
hmm
by you because he's telling people you have the studio in your house. I don't know how he know that before you even said it. Right?
Picture with my belly. Look at me there. You see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
All these things to remind me in studio to keep going because sometimes I see the bills and yes, my check comes in. I said, oh God, I have to pay for what? You sure I can't master the
Don't
song
worry,
myself? I don't want to pay you to master it.
we ain't there. Yeah. Don't let them know just yet. We get in there. But I want to know for Kali, the last time was that Did that song come about from the
Um,
story?
I mean, I think
That's
it's a
fine
true story.
alone.
I think it's a true story for everybody, right? It's not just my true story or Anika or yours. It's everybody, every man and woman, who they never see a ex and they see a boy. They're trying to tack back. Yeah, take your
Oh,
time.
you go down
You had it.
memory
Yeah, you had it. You didn't want it. And it's true, like, if this is the things we actually say to ourselves or our girlfriends or our guy friends. Like, yeah, she see me, she watching me. And
lane.
she had me, she didn't want me. Same. So we all been through that. Everybody. It's related to everybody. Yeah.
That's true. Shout out Priscilla on the live and Patricia Doherty. I think I said that
Yeah,
right. Saying hi.
that's Miss Pat. Hey,
Okay.
Pat.
What's up, Priscilla? So who, Cali, who were the people that you teamed up with for the last time?
Uh, well, it was written by the OG himself, Shaf Fisher.
Hey,
Right? I am telling you. Um, 2 days. Yeah, honestly, I still can't 2 days. I was like, Shaf. He's like, yeah, give me 2 days. I'm like,
Oh,
2 days.
seriously, he that quick. Like, I don't know how many people Shaft right for, but I wonder if he just tell everyone 2 days. Because just this morning I was thinking about it because I hit him up and he was like, I'll get back to you by tonight. And I was like,
yeah, I'm
tonight?
It's what I
confirming.
said.
It's
Yeah,
2 days
he'd
or less.
like he that like I don't understand. He's like a freaking machine.
Yeah.
I'm mad
Yeah,
fast.
and you know what it is too, because the funny he heard the rhythm, he had the beat. Casty produced it.
Okay.
He's amazing. Yeah, Casper, he's great. When he first when Shaf first heard the song, he was like, "Oh yeah, boy, I have it." I said, "But
Yeah.
I know, Senor." He's like, "Yeah, don't worry, give it 2 days."
All he
I
had
was
to do
like,
is secret
"Wow."
apparently. And when I
Yeah,
laughing is because I laughing at the comments. Naki said she got one in literally 24 hours. So
Yeah, and that's facts.
now
yeah.
that's gift that he's
Mhm.
gifted, and that don't just come just like that.
Yep.
So I'm glad that he continues to use his talents to bless us
Yeah.
to create to keep the culture going,
Mhm.
to create
Mhm.
sweet music.
And it's good that
Absolutely.
he's good with working with young artists. Like when I say young artists, I mean like young artists in the business. Because some people will be like, you will be on a pause because they're focusing on the big ones.
Hmm.
He not like that. He just
Yeah,
cool. Everybody's
yeah,
fam, right?
yeah,
Why is he fam? Okay.
Just
But
cool.
so Cascade did the beat
yes,
and Shaft wrote it. You
yes,
executed, mixed and
yes.
mastered by.
DJ Kingston.
Okay.
So Kingston in Trinidad. Yeah, Kingston is so good.
Nice.
Listen,
Yeah.
Kingston and background vocals was done by Trini Baby. It was actually my first time working with her.
Okay.
She is
She's dope.
amazing. Yes.
Yeah, she got
Amazing, amazing,
really
amazing.
good.
And it was good. And then I recorded it in Toronto by, I think it's Melodic Studios. That's a good friend of mine who does give me some good buffing.
We
Yeah.
need
Yeah. When I
let's
played
get both.
before, yeah, listen, when I just start to get giggles and one time he does he does deal with me proper, but I like him. I like that. I like that, even what I think tongue and girl, he's like, yeah,
Yeah.
try
You
it.
can
We
you
ain't
know
going with that.
yes people in
Hmm.
the corner.
Yeah, you need that
I love
because
it.
our ear, we're like,
Love
yeah, that
it.
sounds great, and then the next morning you're like, you know what, I should have
You're
checked
like,
this. Like, this
yeah,
sounds
that's
Or
bad.
somebody
Yeah.
great.
see that, oh, your performance was good, and I like, did you not hear the breathing? Like,
But
I'm
did you not hear?
telling
Did you
you.
not
wrong
see like
key,
what
like
you're looking at?
messed
But
up
Yeah,
my
you're like,
words.
like, why I say it like that? What did that key like that? Why your tone
yeah,
was like that?
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You had to have that person
Absolutely.
because at the end of the day, they too is like, you ain't about to go and tell nobody. You record this by me, and then
Yeah,
it's
Mhm.
not like that.
yeah.
They're gonna be like, so that's man let you walk or that's it, like
Right.
that. So that you bring up the point. Sorry about getting buff. So my question to Anika before I jump into her actual question.
We about to
Do you
ask you.
get buff? And the reason why I asked if you does get buff because your studio by you.
I knew that question was coming.
I can't see their buffing, so I want to
You
know.
can't. Well, you don't know Zay. Zay keeps everything 100. He
That's
doesn't sugarcoat anything. So if I
good.
song like shit, it's shit. Do it again.
That's,
Is
that's good.
you need a break, come back tomorrow, try again. He really doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have time to be like, well, you could try it. Like, no, sing it again. And then it does give me the motivation because I might be in my feelings, but then I might be like, okay, let me show him that I can sing it
Yeah.
right.
And
Correct.
you know what? Is the comeback tomorrow by my place?
I had to. How many times I have to go upstairs and come back and just reset
I know.
instead of
Yeah. You have to
change
leave.
the direction a
Yeah.
little bit. But no, it's for real. It's real.
Yeah.
They
It's real.
come back
Yeah.
tomorrow and I'm a place.
Even
Yeah.
my mom can hear it too. Sometimes she's like,
So,
I don't really know if I like how
yeah.
that
Yeah.
sounds.
Well,
She
it's
will be
like,
the one to sugarcoat. Well, if you try to sing it this way, then it
Yes.
would sound. As I said,
oh,
it's shit.
well,
I
yeah, you need
love
that
it.
roughness, you know. And mothers will
Yes.
always be the one to tell you, trust me, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But one time I was
Yep.
like,
Yep.
who is that singing? I was like, so and so. She's like, you go and get some vocal training. I don't want to ever hear you sing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Correct.
not nice, man. Like, that's the Eggy Dan. What's up, Eggy Dan?
Yeah.
Hey.
So Anika,
Yeah.
undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
How you came about that? And let me ask, Sharp, like come back, Sharp, you real calling your name, man. Let me
Right.
ask, how you. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw the promo, hear me, Anika about to drop some bacchanal here.
But you knew it was a song when I dropped
No,
all that?
nope.
Me
I
either.
didn't know it was a song. I didn't, and I had to say great job on the marketing. I put on my post notification because I want to know what this girl coming with. Right? I did. I was like, I ain't missing this. She said 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Hey, I had people texting me like, "Who are you fighting?" And I'm like,
I don't know what you.
"I'm not fighting anybody." Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh," and then I turned to Zay. I said, "Zay, they really think I'm fighting?"
No,
Right.
because
And I was like, "Should I tell him it's not a real?" And he was like, "No, you're messing up the market," because he's the one who came up with all the marketing and the plan. Because when so I guess I could tell the story now. Undefeated really was just me putting my emotions on paper
okay,
about the industry and about certain things you see as a new artist and the fight that we have to go through. So it's a constant reminder every day that no matter what, I'm a winner.
right.
So that was really how the song came about. It's on Little Boy's Rhythm. Little Boy, you know him.
No,
And
and like me, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know. I'm not gonna lie.
Little Boy, yeah, he's based out of Dominica. What's
Okay,
Dominica?
Dominic.
Hmm.
Dominica or Dominican?
Dominica. Dominic.
Yeah, I was like,
We gonna ask him later.
wait,
But
hold on. Before you continue, Shaf just said he's writing a song for 3 of us right now.
all three,
Big up you, Shaf. Real okay.
Right.
Shaf's a killer songs.
we might
Love
as
Let's
well
in
do
the
it
just
house.
tonight.
put it on one song and just
I think he
keep it
meant
going.
like
Yeah, let's
a
do
song
it.
for every each of us. I don't know what he meant. Shaf, what do you mean? You mean a collab?
Dominica. Killer
Dominica.
Song said that's
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Killer Song
Dominica.
said
Dominica.
really? You had to break it down.
Dominica.
That what
Yeah.
I said that me.
Hey,
Dominica.
go easy on me. Go easy on
Oh,
me.
he said one song. He clarified. He said one song.
oh, okay. Oh, one song for
Yeah,
all.
one song for all.
I know one song. Yeah.
Guys, in you obsessive whiner. Huh?
Right?
Right?
Really? The modern day obsessive whiners. And somebody done say Anika Bam Bam big already. So I
That
don't
is
know
it.
what.
But I can't
Oh
help
my
that.
gosh.
Yeah, so you really, really I was like, somebody done piss this girl off.
No, I was pissed
Mm-hmm.
off. I was pissed off.
I went
I'm
listen.
clear.
But
Because my original lyrics, I had to kind of tone them down. I said, you know what, I'm really fed up and I just want people to hear me.
yeah,
So
Mm-hmm.
I was really, when in the beginning, I don't know if you saw the video, but I was
I
fighting the
did.
camera, It was kind of for you to just put whoever you wanted to be there. Not really a person, but just the industry in
Okay.
Yeah.
general.
The
Any
energy
hardships
behind
that
it.
you're facing, because it's a lot be going on in
But did
life.
you
So that
say
it's like a
that though?
motivation
Did
song.
you say Anika versus the industry in your post or something like that?
did. I
Okay
sure.
then. So what you expect me to think? I really like this girl about to come out here.
I thought my said tea going on drop.
Me too. You really tell Zay that was a boss move.
That was amazing.
I
Like,
had
Yeah.
when I
fun.
saw
I
the
had a
video,
good.
I was like, oh, it's a
We went
song.
to an actual boxing ring to do it, which was even like
That's
more
good.
fun
Yeah.
because I never,
Yeah.
so I was practicing my little, I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. I do everything with
Yeah.
peace. I don't.
Yeah.
We don't have to altercate like that. We can talk things out. That's what I like.
Yeah. Kadeem,
But for me to get that roughness was like,
oh, wow. I just did a heart, and look, a bunch of hearts came
oh,
out.
for
I
real.
don't know if it's saying. Oh, look at
Oh,
that. What's up,
that is
Kadeem?
so cute. Let me
Buddy,
try it. Let me try it.
squirmy.
It's so working for me now. Oh, yeah, wait.
No,
We
I'm gonna
sorry,
give
we
you
sorry.
some because that's not cool. Why?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
hold it
sorry. Look,
longer.
she's
Hold
doing
it
it for
longer.
you. Look, she did it.
Wait.
She
Is the news? Hold on. Wait, the hat too big?
I don't know.
That's okay.
Wait.
I send you my hearts.
Wait, if you have a Samsung, I don't think it's gonna work. I'm not disrespecting. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna sip my drink.
It's a
She
Samsung.
gonna sip a drink. No,
It's
for
a
real.
Samsung.
Come to my iPhone.
That is okay. All they can have that one,
No,
but we ain't
let's
going
see.
to start that.
No, Kadeem.
We ain't started that one yesterday at all.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I will give you the emojis. I will let you keep that one.
Look,
Yeah?
Kadeem said you have to have an iPhone. No old phones
Good
can.
evening. Don't even try it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
But okay. So tell us who. So Anika, you wrote Undefeated.
Yes. Myself and Isaiah. Yeah.
So
Oh,
who told you
oh.
to tone the lyrics down?
Isaiah tone the lyrics down.
Oh, okay.
He toned the lyrics down.
Okay.
I think it was okay. We wanna come, hard, but like we wanted to play on radio. So
Mm-hmm.
I only did like a little obscene finger scenes, and that was really it. So it's just like PG-13, but we want my music to be for everybody.
Oh, raw. So,
Yeah.
but you could have, you know how like rappers, right? They do like the raw cuss versions, even dancehall artists, and then they do like the radio friendly. You couldn't have done that. Like, did you think about that?
You know what? We did think about it, but we wanted to see first how it would go, like after release, if it would make sense. Because again, it is a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of everything to do these multiple kind of aspects of one song. So we said, is it needed now? We might save that for another song. You see that wink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I winked very hard.
Something.
So we're gonna save that for another song. Coming
Shouts
out.
to Paramedic Designs on the live. Thank you for my beautiful bangles. Anika, you got bands from them,
Hey,
right?
listen.
From Paramedic.
One of mine broke when I was playing tennis, but I wear this faithfully every day.
Nice.
Every day.
Nice.
I love it so bad.
Yeah, I saw that you were playing tennis.
And it broke. I was going too hard.
Well, I mean, who goes soft?
Did I?
We are women. We are go hard. So, from your point of view, question for both, and you decide who goes first. How difficult do you think it is, from your point of view? How difficult is it for young female artists in the soca industry?
Oh.
It's hard. It's real hard.
How difficult, like, we were talking about to get radio interviews, to get performances, to get bookings, like, how.
I would say, the saying
No, that's that.
is,
You see that look you just gave? That look like let me pacify.
no, the saying is not who you know, but who know you.
Okay.
That is it in a
Yeah.
nutshell.
Shut up. Okay.
If you are young, let's say you are someone who's never really been into the soca industry. You never went nowhere, you're always home. You don't really have a network of friends. Nobody know you. It will be extremely difficult for you to put yourself out there and get access to things like radio interviews, um, uh, performances, even the ones that are just meant to put on a showcase, like for example, like Islam, Stage, those other things, not promoting anybody, but just examples. it will be a lot more harder for you. Even with myself right now, it is difficult, and I still know a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
But it's all about who knows you, because who knows you will help promote you. Now, with that being said, you can also do a lot of things to promote yourself. It does not work for everybody.
Mhm.
Everybody would like to say, girl, just market yourself. It's a lot, it's not as easy as it sounds. If you have management who has a network of people that they do know, it makes it easy, or not easy, but easier.
Mhm.
That is
So,
it.
Anika,
Yeah,
before you, I want you to go by trying to plug a question.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I agree with the, who knows you.
So
Um,
true.
I think that social media is definitely our best friend in this industry.
Right.
Um, and I also think that people, they know what they know.
Mhm.
So a lot of people are afraid to try something new.
Right.
That's really
That's
it.
right.
They're
Mm-hmm.
Voters are afraid to lose money. It's more than just, I think, the art today.
Mhm.
It's a lot of other I guess I could say selfish reasons as to why new artists don't get booked as much, or as much as we should get booked.
Mhm.
Um, I think what we could do to stay on top of that, though, is continuing to brand ourselves. A lot of the times we're doing this stuff for free. We're doing this stuff for a pay cut. There's not really a lot of negotiating as a new artist. So we
Mhm.
kind of just have to take what we get and make the most of
Mhm.
it. So there's a lot of opportunities that I got, and I'm so thankful and grateful for every one of them, because I was able to go on stage and then leave a lasting impression, make a
Right.
name for myself,
Yeah.
and hope that this person will tell this person to tell this person, and
Right.
that's how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
But it is a challenge, and I think a lot of people quit because there might be like a really high season where you're getting a lot of bookings and a lot of shows, and then you're just kind of slow. But that doesn't mean that you're slow. It could just be the entire industry, like, especially where I am.
Mhm.
I'm based in the US.
Mhm.
So we have the seasons, hot,
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
Hot summertime, you have a lot
Mhm.
going on. Wintertime, not so
Yeah.
much. So now I have to outsource and go Miami. I
Oh.
have to go down to the
Mm-hmm.
southern states. I have to go abroad and overseas just to get a couple shows and a couple bookings. But
So,
I go on.
not. I want to
Yeah.
touch on some of the questions being asked here. Anika, what happened at the next 99.1 FM interview? Not saying anything. Anika, remember next 99.1 FM interview? That was a question
Uh,
from.
what happened during that interview?
I don't know.
Which interview? Because I was on that radio station a few times.
So,
Remind me what went on.
let me see if I get this name right. In a sense of saying, what is more challenging, trying to fit into the soca scene or standing out?
Wow, that is an amazing
Yeah,
question. Um,
good one.
I I want to answer this because I think standing out is natural
Mhm.
for me because I'm an American piece Trinidadian soca artist. So I don't speak in my Trini twang. I sing in my Trini twang. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I'm already like a
Yeah.
what is it?
I know.
Already a red flag. I'm not a
No,
red.
it's not.
I'm a green flag. It's a good
It's a, it's
flag. But I think
it's
that
a,
sets me
yeah, you
apart.
don't know. It's either way. Yeah, you don't know.
I think my style sets me apart. I think my vocals, just the sound. So I mean, in a way, it's easier to stand out because I'm just being me.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now the soca industry and people that are familiar with a certain look have to now adapt to a different
Yeah.
aspect. Like here I am trying to now, not trying, here I am singing soca. So are you going to accept me for what you know to be? You
Right.
know? Like, hey, this is a new
Mm-hmm.
generation. So all I'm here to do is
You're
just
right.
sing.
What's
Mm-hmm.
your thought on that, Callie?
I agree. You can only be yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? And there's a certain style of soca. There is a certain appearance that goes with soca. Now for female
Mm-hmm.
artists, not everybody has to follow that route. Not everybody have to sing the same form of soca,
Yeah.
type of soca.
Yeah.
And I think when you deliver and share your personality with others, I think that's something that's really lacking. But a lot of soca artists are now starting to do that. They're now starting to allow their fans to connect with who they are,
Mm-hmm.
because there is something in that creates something that is just meant for you, right? Nobody else could be you but you. So I think when you are just being yourself, branding yourself in that way, and of course delivering a performance which will leave a lasting impression,
Mm-hmm.
very important. Very, very important. I agree with everything Anika said. It's absolutely true.
So one time I was on a live and someone said to me, Rain, if you don't click up, you will be left out. And I said, I have to clear my throat for this one. I said, well, listen, honey. No, they said you'll be left out and it will take you a very long time to get to where you want to be. I said, well,
Hmm.
listen, I walk roads and roads and roads and Trinidad, right?
Yeah.
Roads.
Yes.
When the bus shut down, walk. So I am not a click up person. I'm not.
Yeah.
This is me. Take me as I am, and that's it. I am a friendly person, and a lot of people misconstrue that friendliness, right? They'll be like, "Oh, you're this, and you want to suck up to." No, I just friendly. I'm just naturally friendly,
Yeah.
genuine. How you going, well-being, everything. That's me. But clicking up, saying I rolling in a pack. Me don't do that. All right, sorry. I don't roll in packs, right? I don't
Yeah.
even roll in twos. Most of you see, man, it's
Yeah.
me and my team, right?
Yeah.
And then when I can, I just lead them and go and communicate and talk to people and whatever. But you had to ease off the friendly thing. I could only be me, at the end of the day. I'm not a mean person.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
I don't know how to be mean. And I will
Yeah.
say hi to anyone.
Yeah.
But that, no, being friendly doesn't mean I call it, hey, where you going? You good? You need a cup of tea? Thing. Like, I just normally funny. When I see people, that's just how I am.
Mm-hmm.
But then
Yeah.
aside from that, I'm a friendly loner. So
Yeah.
if you want to put me back, like, that's just how it is.
Listen.
I do think you have to be in
Absolutely.
the right
Yeah.
places
That's it.
to get certain things, like places that make sense. I'm not a click kind of person either, because
Right.
often clicks just fall apart. And we've
Hmm.
seen thruples that are now, two people that I don't want to
Yeah.
call no names, but the
Mm-hmm.
men.
And
So
then you don't want no drama.
we don't want no drama, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's good to just be where you need to be
Yeah.
and then come out, go home,
That's
find your way.
it.
But
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
people could see your face, you network. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm still in the
That's
scene.
right.
We're still co-workers, really.
Hmm. Yeah.
And just remind them of your face and go about your
Yeah.
business. The safest way is the best way to avoid drama.
I
Shouts to Kel.
I think
Miss Kel's on the live. Go ahead, Cali, and then I will jump into this comment here.
no problem. I think too that sometimes you can make some really good relationships with your fellow people in the industry, where there's artists, management, other services that render in the industry, producers. You make really good relationships, and that what can I say? It does. It's part of your internal
Mm-hmm.
marketing,
Mhm.
so to speak, right? Because I remember one thing that Sunny Willing told me is that if you're out of sight, you're out of mind.
Exactly.
And that is, and I think if a lot of artists, it's not necessarily that you want to be part of a clique, but if you are going to be part of a crew, or surround yourself with people who are actively working, who are in demand, what that does in a marketing strategy is that it keeps you in that conversation.
Mhm.
Because
Okay.
because when they're looking to work with their producers and they're looking to work, you're gonna be in mind because you're in sight,
Right.
right?
Right.
But it doesn't mean that you don't know anybody else. And when you're around these people, you're just there with them alone because they're people too. They're doing the same thing you're doing. But you can actually build friendships. You can build
Yeah.
friendships. You can learn from them, which is something that that's my focus,
Mm-hmm.
is to learn, because I admire what is being done. I admire the hard work and seeing it execute out on stage or at an event backstage, or if it's TV, media, press. It's a learning. Everything is a learning opportunity for me
I
to be able to have that.
yeah, I agree because even like if I perform at an event, most of the times you're first because you're the youngest artist, right? Um, After that, now when I see the likes of Nadia and all these other females, even the males, voice on them hit the stage, I'm
Hmm.
gonna watch because I want to see how they
That's
command,
right.
how they move on the stage, how they command
That's
the
right.
band, the DJ, stuff and so on. So just like you're watching, and like, oh my god, oh, but watching to learn. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Rhythm
Yeah.
Rhythm Silencer is saying there aren't many platforms for new artists. We beg to differ.
Which part?
Um,
What?
I, honestly, I guess. Oh my gosh. Soca Monarch, right? We could talk about that.
You want to do
I
that?
mean,
Yeah. Yeah. We
briefly,
could talk about it.
briefly.
I
That
think we should talk about it.
I mean, I look, girl. That was a huge platform and something that
Yes.
I've been wanting to do.
Okay.
I think once you touch a monarch is when the people when home really knows who you are and
All
what you're
right.
trying to do.
I
So
accept.
without
Yes.
that biggest platform, it's now you have to go to radio, social media, and DJs
Mm.
and
Hmm.
hope and pray they like you to play your
Hmm.
music.
So what about
Yeah.
platforms like Islam? If
Absolutely.
I'm what else they got there that for a new artist to run out? Like
I've
yeah,
done Pavement
right.
Lime. I've
So they
done
got
Hmm.
Stag
okay.
Stage. I don't think I've done an Islam
I
series yet.
run out
Yeah.
on
I
No.
did.
Islam with
Yeah,
Yeah,
she did.
I
Anika,
did.
you've
I
done it.
Islam.
did.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think these platforms are good,
They
but
are.
does the masses tune in? Like, does everybody know that these platforms exist? So,
Hmm.
is it helping the streaming? Is it helping
Right.
the purchasing of the music? Yeah, you might say, "Oh yeah, that's Anika Berry," but then how is it helping me grow?
Mm-hmm.
I think
That's
those are
it.
some questions. And again, I'm gonna take those the footage and I'm gonna post it to my page and
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Hmm.
push
Mm-hmm.
that. Like, hey, look, this is what
Yeah.
I've done. This is how you can see me. This you get familiar.
Yeah.
So those are very good ways to keep getting familiar. And of course, I
Yeah.
would keep touching those platforms as much as I can. But I think it's also a matter of getting just the people in a whole to tune in as
Hmm.
well.
Yeah.
I must say the Islam, I would say they have people, especially people that live abroad,
Mhm.
they tune in on live, right? They have
Hmm.
their crowd down, especially Islam and South. Oh my God, they
Mhm.
love it. Not promoting Islam, but I just saying we're talking about the platform. The people on the live though, Jesus Christ,
Hmm.
the comments
Savage.
like
Discouraging, right?
yeah. So I mean like damn, and then as an artist now you're like, wow, they're so like all they could do what these people doing. You could run out
Yeah.
and I say they don't understand that it takes time and it takes time to build. Right?
Yeah.
Anika, we have a question here for you. Have you tried different types of music being in America?
Um,
I guess she missed that part. Yeah, I guess
yeah,
this part was Miss Pandora Box. Sorry, he or she.
yeah,
That part was missed. That she started with R&B and so on, and
yeah,
then brought it over to soca.
yeah.
So
Afro beats, but I'm more marketing the soca. But I definitely touch all genres, all of them.
checking, making sure I miss nothing. I don't know if you how do
Yeah, because
you
it was
guys?
going.
Ooh, shaft. How do you guys navigate having kids and keeping up with your artist career?
Oh,
I'll leave that to
Having
the moms.
kids.
listen, having children and doing this is honestly is a balancing act.
I'm like,
And if you do not have the support to hold you up when you need that, it, it will seem nearly impossible,
Mm.
right? You need that. I don't know how else. It's honestly the only it's a balancing act. That's all it is. You know, hi,
hi. This is how
Hi,
you
Punky.
balance.
You're gonna put on some music in
yeah.
the studio for mommy?
You say hi. Hi. Say, my name. What's your name?
Oh
My name is
God.
Leia.
You know, I love
Yeah.
babies on sugar. Oh my goodness.
It's so cute. Like, finally, give me my time.
She was there the whole time
Yeah.
waiting, like,
The
wait,
whole time. You
time.
are such a cutie. You're gorgeous.
Paramedics is nice. Thank you. Thank you for your beautiful words. Pretty girl.
Bye. Bye.
Bye bye, pumpkin.
All right, that's my favorite. My daughter come down and says, "Mommy, you call me?"
Right? I can't. So that's so sharp. That answers your question there. I hope it does.
You know how many
Um,
re-recordings I have to do because you hear Lily's voice in the
yeah,
background. I'm
yeah.
like, Leia,
I know.
stop, wait a
What's
minute.
I
super DJ?
Like, damn, that was good too. I gotta retake it over
Ah,
again.
no, the guy that sang "Good Hole." I think that's
very good. Hey,
yeah.
hey,
He said we have
listen.
too many platforms. You're just focusing on one region. Do you agree?
No. What?
No, no,
How when you have Canada in the building, you have the
no.
East Coast in the
Yeah,
building, you have the
the
West Coast
West
in the
Coast is
building.
filling.
Yep.
No, it
Honestly,
doesn't
you
one
have to
region.
use what you can and what is available to you.
Right.
You know, and if you don't have a team, you is the team.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that hampers your creativity because you got to be PR, you got to be creative director, you have to be admin, you have to do all these things, booking, you
Yeah.
have to do so many things, you know, other than just focusing on being an artist.
It's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of
So
work.
I,
that is already heavy. So
yeah.
when you already take that into consideration and then now on top of that trying to either keep up with everything else,
Mm-hmm.
it's another job.
Yeah. I
Outside
was
if you,
in
even if you're
London.
working.
London this year pushing music, Bahamas this year pushing music.
Hmm.
I'm traveling worldwide pushing
Yeah.
my brand in soca,
Yep.
Spain. This is not just here. I'm on a plane and we
Yeah.
outside. I'm
Yeah.
pushing music soca to the
I mean,
world.
like, where this girl get all
Yeah.
the time?
Girl, when I say I
She
was like,
working triple doubles. What's going on?
girl, it's just all time management investments and
Mhm.
then having to realize what makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's just what
Yeah.
makes sense and that's it.
That's true.
But
Kelly was
trust
just saying,
me.
that two great words he gave to me was expand your horizon and look for producers from many different places. And I took that, and I always tell my management, let's not only focus on one, carnival. Let's focus on other carnivals and stuff.
Mhm.
Now, working with producers from many different places might be tough because if they don't really know you, it's kind of tough for you to get in with them.
Mhm.
It's
It's cool to
kind
reach out too. I've worked with producers from Bahamas, Grenada,
Mhm.
um, London, and I think that they definitely see us.
of,
We just
Yeah.
have to also remind them that hey, we're willing to work because there's always a project, there's always a rhythm, there's always an instrumental that
yeah,
somebody needs to jump on.
yeah,
So just take don't. It's like I think people are always like afraid or they're kind of timid or shy to jump on and try new things. I jumped on the first Bahamian sound and rhythm, and I think it was what that was my way, and I think that's one
Mhm.
of my best songs. So I'm always outsourcing different producers. You always want to have a different sound and really expand that catalog because you want to push globally. You don't want to just stay focused in one area.
exactly.
So there's African producers as well, girls.
Mhm.
Especially when
Mhm.
one area not really focusing on you.
Girls, you have to expand. The more you work with people, the more that your music will grow
Yeah,
outwardly.
that's true. That's why I had to say big up DJ Kai because Careless is running, and that's like my first ever crop over
Mm,
song.
Yeah.
So it's like wow.
yeah.
Team Suave is saying that I still think Freedom is the most underrated song.
You know what? I always have this like discussion with Freedom. I love Freedom
Stuff
so
it.
much, but I think Freedom doesn't fit anywhere right now. I don't know if Freedom is ahead of its time. Music is
Yeah,
timeless. So I'm thinking that maybe the next couple of years, Freedom would then make sense in the direction that Soca is going. I think it kind of got
you
lost
think it
where
was like
we're at right
more
now.
COVID driven or something?
Nah, I think just the sound and the timing because every it kind of everything goes in like a circle, timing wise. Like we're here and then we advance and then we look for things that sound classic. So I think that it's gonna find its space in the timeline. And I'm just not sure where that timeline was for Freedom. And I think when it comes to me in music and I'm learning these things, I just release.
Yeah.
I release any project that I get, I release. Like I can't hold back. So I have to
Always finish
study
my
when
pop.
it makes sense to put something out.
Yeah.
I think that's what I love freedom, but it's just
Yeah.
so hard to really fit.
Another powerful song when you look at it. But in the right time, when you think of it, and you'll be like, maybe I need to re-release this.
Remarket
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
strategize a different kind of way. Everything happens in the right time frame.
That's
Yes.
true. Shaft
That's
want
fast.
to start a soca daycare for y'all. So y'all can hit up Shaft on that.
Wait,
Anika, you ready?
where's the plan? Where's the plan for that? How that working? So where's
Like
the process?
tomorrow
I have no idea.
I'll be shocked.
in the
Shout some
morning.
Black Widow songs out of St. Lucia. Shout out to you and
So much love. Black Widow sounds,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So what I want to ask, because we touched on this a bit, but I want all this to hone in on it. Anika, you are in your studio, but so I'll wait for you and I'll let Cali answer this one first. What does it cost you to release a? I'm talking about. All I said, what does it cost you when you're already right? I'm talking about from production to the getting the song written, mix and mastering, artwork, marketing. What give an approximate of what that will cost you, Cali? Because Anika already said I'm in house, so we're going to she after.
Okay, so I'm second.
Yeah.
Let me sit there and calculate. Where's my expense sheet?
So we just doing a total. We breaking it down
No,
because
you could give a total if you want to break it down because I need the people to know.
let me just start with the regular foundations, right? So, the producer, you're paying, and if depending on which producer it is, you can pay anything from 1,500 US to 2,500 US, depending on what type of splits you're making. I'm going to leave it to 4,000 US. That's just for the person to make the beats, right? Then, if you are getting a writer, that's another cost. Depending on who it is, it goes from at least 1,000 to the average, which is 12 or 1,500 US, 2,000, 20. Listen, it all depends, but this is the range,
Yeah.
right? Then you have to play to record. That is another 1,000. Right now, depending on how good it is, because some people record a lot faster than
Hold
some,
on.
and it cuts the time.
Do you see hooligans coming? Because I and all want to ask this question. Who the hell you going by? We need to talk. Continue.
Oh Lord, a little trouble with. That's what we want. Right, so then you have to record. And then you have to get it mixed and mastered. And then you have to now start with the marketing. So you have to do your photo shoots. Then you have to do your distribution. Then you have to do your digital marketing. Guys, in our
I'm
ballpark,
glad you
5 to 7.
went first.
What you saying?
I'm glad you
5 to 7. Yeah, 5 to 7. It's a lot. It is a lot. And you come back into TT, think about it.
Yep. 5,000 to 7,000 sounds about right.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say too.
You're saying 5 to 7?
Yeah.
But Kali, I really want to know who you're going by. Because
Mm,
it's I
which
think it was hooligan.
price? Which price you want to know about the 4 or the
What kind?
listen, these are
Somebody
prices
paying.
I was quoted. Like they actually presented their packages and laid it out depending. So if they have, let's say they have 80% of your of royalties of your song or control or ownership, you're gonna get a less, right? Sorry, you're gonna be least your least price. If
Yeah.
if you own more of it, it's gonna cost you more.
Yeah.
So
Up
that's just what
front.
I give you the scale, right? That's the scale that I kind of presented.
Naki say if you had to start her OnlyFans.
Mm,
cut out, sign off for the
Undercharging
live
people.
and come back when we come off budget because you talking about you undercharging. We don't
Listen.
need you to upcharge quarter.
Yeah,
So
facts.
go and come back.
And I'm cutting costs. Like I said, Isaiah's doing all of my visuals, my recording in the studio. So I really try and at least chop that 5.5 to at least a little 25. But it is a lot of money. And that's when it
Yeah.
comes to, wanting to perform these songs and getting a chance and apply. It's like, hello, we are out here emptying our pockets for this. Like, this is
So
not
Facts.
just an
wait,
easy thing and I don't want to.
don't touch on that yet. Hold on.
Yes. And
So
then they telling you,
the
oh
good
yeah, working hard
wait, hold
enough.
on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on now. The thing with what I always say with Anika, because her fiance has he out there with his camera. He does the graphics, right? Look, he recording and he's doing all these things. So it's like building together and chopping it down,
Building it all.
right?
This is all learning. We're learning this stuff together, and he learns more than I do. He doesn't want me to stress my head out by learning like the nitty gritty. He's like,
Yeah.
you just be the artist, and I'll be the brain of everything,
Amen.
which I'm so grateful and
We ain't
thankful for. Because if I
knocking
had to
that
take
at
on
all.
all of that, oh my God, it's a lot. It's a
We're
lot.
not knocking
Yeah.
that at all, right? So word of advice: create a system or barter because that is failure. That course is crazy with no guarantee of it hitting. Barter with who? Whom? But anyway, somebody
Who is willing?
get Bajan, get Kyle on here. So I don't know if you all saw, but Kyle was saying that he finds it so hard to charge upcoming artists and new artists, the same. But I come into that question because the thing is, I agree with what both of you all said. That is about the cost, right? Now, if you have people that you know and they'll work with you and they'll charge you a little less, or you do a payment plan,
Right.
or you have somebody investing, so Kyle, you have people investing like in management, like you say, that will work, but comes back to what Cali said. When you put out up front, whatever coming back, yeah, that's yours. But when you let these people have the control, where you get them back? Because if they say, all right, we're going to put you out there with this, right? When royalties and stuff start to come in and you get 2 cents, you're like, my money.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this question came into my DM and it was asked for me to pose it out here. What are your thoughts on big producers charging upcoming artists, new artists, the same cost for a production that they charge as well established artists? What are your thoughts on that?
I think for me, I don't think I've ever really paid full price or with what everybody else, I guess, pays. I am a new artist, and I think that the producers that I've worked with know that. So they definitely show that love and respect by acknowledging that fact that my song, somebody mentioned, may not hit, but it is a song that I'm going to love, and it's a song that would always be around. So it's kind of that investment between me and the producer, just for music. If we're doing something that we love,
Right.
basically. You have to take that chance and give somebody a try. And we don't have it like, the higher ups. I'm calling them the higher ups. We don't have it like they may have it or the opportunities that they have. So it's good that just keep that in mind and be mindful that we're still climbing the steps. Yeah.
What'd you say, Kali?
Visa fees.
You said visa fares? Kali, what are your thoughts on that?
I'll tell you something. I love business and I love getting what you're worth, your value. I I understand the different aspects of this business. I understand that everybody have to eat.
Yeah.
I get it. and I've never really worked with someone and they gave me a price and I'm like, nah. What I say is, if you offer me a course that I cannot afford, I will tell you I cannot afford it.
Okay,
I will not ask you to reduce your price for me
right?
because I don't want you to lower your value or seem as if you're lowering your value for me because sometimes when that plays on you, you don't want somebody to give you a less quality
Right.
product because you are trying to negotiate a lower
Mhm.
cost. So I shop where I can afford,
Thank you.
right? Now,
Wait,
if do I
Shaft saying, did you see what Shaft said? Okay, there, there you go. There you go.
Somebody saying that because I turn to and he right. You
Yeah.
understand? But I do feel that in order to create a steady stream or platform for upcoming artists or artists you see is trying to work and trying to get things done, I think there should be a cap. I think there should say, hey, I'm going to give you, I don't know, 30, 40% off because I am trying to work with you, or what is the price you could afford? Don't disrespect people with their value.
Right.
Somebody charging 15, don't go and tell them 4. You know, let's be real, right? But I think there should be some kind of,
I
to
had
keep it
somebody the
moving.
other day, sorry to cut you. They
Yeah.
told me because I was new, they wanted to charge me more for a project because
What?
I was new.
I I
Because
I
nobody
got that
knew
too. I
me.
heard that too.
What?
And I
I heard
said,
that too.
yes, now that just now clicked because I'm sitting here listening to you and I'm like, wait a
Hmm.
minute, this oh God, I was so upset. And you know how you say don't beat them down. I was like, I'm not paying that price.
Yeah.
You're mad.
That's
Like, are you
What?
it.
some
Yep. It's either I accept it or
Somebody-
I don't, and that's it.
I
Okay,
was so
people in the business
hurt.
comments, is that a thing that people will charge you more because you're a new artist? Because somebody said they will charge the established artists less because they know their song's gonna hit with the streams and whatever. But me, I'm like, Kali, if I come to you and I'll be like, what's your cost for this? And they'll be like, how much you could pay? I'll be like, no, no. Tell me your cost
Mhm.
because that's your bread and butter. If
Right.
I can't
Hmm.
afford it, I will. If I can't, I won't.
Right.
That's
If I
right.
price is reasonable,
Right.
would you
That's right.
mind taking payments? And anybody, I don't really say this, anybody I worked with and people like, how you afford this person? Ask anybody I've worked with. I good on my payments. I don't owe, right? So I just
Hmm.
make payments because at the end of the day, you ain't gonna have me all day,
Right. Put you right up on scene. That
right?
makes
Yep. And
You
Julian
ain't
said
gonna
he made an
follow,
excellent
follow
point, which
soca.
is true.
You ain't
You
gonna
see what Julian said? He said that there are producers that provide big artists free. They don't charge them. And this is fact.
yeah, because they
Okay?
want to be
They do not charge them because they think about the streams. They think about the fact that they're going to get their money back with the streams. And two, if they were not popular before, their name now is going to get pushed out there. So they're going to get more work, which is
yeah,
fine. But then on the flip side, you charge the young artists who you know is not going to get those bookings to make back that money or anything like that. They charge them either the full price or I mean, a little something extra, which
Shaft,
is
stop
true.
it, Shaft. Listen, I'm trying to follow official Papu. I think that's how you say it. But I'm gonna pin that so I could come back and and follow you after because for some reason it's not letting me follow you. So like what he's saying is he work with anyone. It has some they don't, and I've known producers, and
Yes,
I like you should work with this person, and you know what they say?
yep,
Let me check their IG and see how much
hmm,
followers they have. Check their
yep,
YouTube and see how many streams, and I'm like, that's a thing.
yep. That's
yeah.
a thing.
That's your
Or
resume. That is everything your EPK, that's everything that you need to show who you are on your page, what you could do for them. Because it's not what they're doing for us, providing us the rhythms for us to have this hit song, right? But what are we doing for them in return? If you're paying somebody a flat fee, or they like if they don't have the percentages and all the royalties and things, then what are they really benefiting out of that? So that's
you ever pay to jump on a rhythm? Cause I ain't doing it.
no. I
but I oh
don't think I've paid to jump on a
I,
rhythm.
like seriously, a Grenadian producer charged me, quote me a cost to jump on a rhythm, and I was like, "That's a thing." I was like, "Not for me." Sorry, and I was like, "Ooh,
I forgot.
okay."
People like producers ask me to jump on a rhythm. I don't think that I know of any rhythms to ask to jump on. Sometimes I'm like, hey, what are people on? I want to be involved in something. I want to be involved in a project. Look, 2025 is around the corner. And I'm like, where are the projects? Where are the rhythms at? You know?
Yeah.
So would I pay? It had to make sense. Remember, this is all an investment at the end of the day. So if it's a rhythm where you know that it's going to get played, it's going to get the streams, it's going to get the views and the numbers, invest in yourself so people know who
Yeah.
you are.
Now, okay, if it's a rhythm that has 4 or 5 big artists, and then you, how you think that's gonna pan out
So
on the radio?
just for my experience, the biggest rhythm I have is the Ginger Tea rhythm with my song Ginger. And on that rhythm is Nyla, Teddison, oh gosh, College Boy. It's a lot of people on that rhythm. And I was like, okay, I'm the new face. So people not really gonna listen to my song. Ginger is
Yeah.
upbeat. Ginger is one of the biggest songs on that rhythm. So I think if once you believe in your song, it doesn't matter, if you're new, if you're, in this industry long. I think it just depends on the song, the music. A lot of times you do have people that are clicking for the familiarity of the name though. I think that I just not got lucky. I think that I was in the right space, the right time in for people to play my song in addition to everybody else's song.
Right. Good. So we touched on how much it costs to release a song, right? Now, how much does it cost for you to prepare for the stage? You want this?
I guess I'll take this one because you took the last one. Well, for me, okay, so we know we have our makeup, we have our hair, we have our outfits, shoes. I'm TikTok queen.
Oh
As
yeah.
far as watching people do everything. So I will sit there and learn to do my makeup before I have somebody else do my face.
Okay.
But
Listen,
that costs around 100,
I know
100 to
Travis.
150.
I
And
real
then
tomboyish. So it's like real hard.
you could learn. All you have to just look, it's
So
trial
she
and
froze.
error.
Okay, you froze. You froze. Anika.
I froze.
You
Oh no.
but you're good now. Yeah.
Okay. So I say, makeup, 100, 150, right? Then you have your hair. How are you? Is it weave? Is it braids? Is it natural? You have to fix that up.
I don't know what's going on.
What do you say?
You can buy those in America and take it back. I don't know.
I don't have any stores around me that I can take back.
I've heard of
Shaft.
artists doing it. I've heard.
You're saying don't knock on that because in fashion, that's what they do. You
I
think
don't
these
know.
celebrities going and pay for Dior and actually keep it in your closet? Their stylists get it and send it
Yeah,
right back.
in the rap
That is what.
world.
This is how happened.
In
This is what happened. This
in the
is
rap
right. It's only
world.
way. It's only way you play me what you're taking back that thing. Listen, this is what they do: shoes, earrings, jewelry. I'm telling you the word.
I never know
Okay.
that. I just like listen.
Nails.
I don't know nails, but I know
Okay,
you
not
know what I
emails,
do.
not
I
emails,
try to
Anika. How
like
you taking back?
Listen,
How?
I do press-ons most of the time, and I'm giving you guys my secret because I'm
yeah,
a nurse
What
as
do
hard.
you
well,
mean?
right?
I thought you mean take it back, like take back
No,
nails.
no,
I
no,
was
no,
saying
no,
how you
taking
taking
it
back
off.
nails.
I would reuse press-ons. Buy a
Yes.
pack, take them off, put them back on. Take them off, put them back on.
Mm-hmm.
Doing nursing, I can't have on these long, excessive
But you
nails,
ain't
so I'm a press them
afraid
on.
that it pop off on stage?
No girl.
It happened already,
Walk with you.
Rain. It happened plenty times
Don't
already.
worry. Look,
I got
I
there.
lost one the other day.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm
Especially
not gonna
this
lie.
finger here. You see this finger? I
Yeah.
guess this finger does a lot of work. So like it's always popping off.
I honestly just try to like all these dazzle outfits. I'm just because I'm 2 and 3, sometimes almost 4. And I just try to sell them on offer. If I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I
Nobody
try to sell them.
nobody wants to buy my clothes, so my mom takes them, and I'm just shit out of luck, really and truly.
You should have a garage sale. Like literally, that outfit I wore for Voice, that was almost $300.
Wait, but I can't fit your clothes, Rane.
Don't have a garage sale.
No, okay. So what we should do? I was gonna say we should like alternate. We should all rotate clothes.
You want to be on Follow Soca? That happened to you, right?
Listen,
We will give you
TNT General.
interactions update.
Okay.
Come to my page. I don't care.
So, but an approximate of how much it costs is hair, makeup, nails, clothes, shoes.
Not that alone. You have
$750.
videographer, photographer. You have videographer. You have footage. You have probably if you have a DJ. It has so many. Like that's if you want to do it properly. Now, I tell people all the time, like I use what I have when I have.
Yeah.
The most important thing is for me to go out on the stage, connect, and execute.
True.
If I have a videographer, I'm going to use it. If I don't, get somebody to record something with a phone. This day and age, we'll try and make it work.
Yeah.
But I don't let that discourage me from trying to do what I have to do with music. I'm sure there is somebody else other than who I know is probably recording it anyway. So I try my best to use what I have to do what I need to do. And eventually grow. Because not everybody starts on 100, right? Mm-hmm. You have to build yourself up. Mm-hmm. But it costs. If you really want to do it properly, it costs. Yeah. And then sometimes you're doing it for free.
Yeah. So I like to have the videographer, right? Because I like the recap. But then he also tells me, put your pieces together on reel. So I do that. All of that, it's a cost. The thing is now, ding ding question. Do you feel like all the money that you have been putting out, investing in yourself, do you feel like you are recouping it?
I think that where I want to be, I'm not. But I do think that money does come back using BMI and Sound Exchange and DistroKid. Mm-hmm. So streaming and purchasing too. You have to always remind people to buy your music. The amount of plays really does matter. Yeah. So the more that people get familiarized with that, the more that we would get back. And then again, it's the negotiating about performance. Mm-hmm. So do I get all back? No. Yeah. Will I? Hell yeah.
Right? That's the mindset you
eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually, yeah. So I know that I'm sticking it out.
I'm not gonna lie, it's tough. Sometimes I'd be like, look at how much money I put on.
Yeah.
I start to scratch the surface.
Look. But you know what? For that, I would say no financially. Yeah. But in other areas, as far as investing, building yourself and working on your craft, I have seen the returns are coming in slowly, but they're coming in. I think anytime I have a conversation, even when we have conversations, Rane, I always say you need to always look at where you came from, and if you do not see growth, then something wrong. But even if the growth is doing more than you did last year, you're on the right track.
Yeah.
Right? So your growth and somebody else's growth is not the same. Sometimes naturally we want to be in everything we as artists, right? We want to naturally, but we have to also sit back and say, you know what? Last year I didn't have this, but this year, look at me now, right? And I'm sure next year I expect it to keep pushing, like, you know what I mean? And it gets better. Shaft.
I know, right? I don't know what's going on with Shaft.
I am not
entertaining the
I would not be in no susu. Because if all you run off with my hand,
telling me this thing.
Killer songs are all these ladies short like me. I don't.
How short is short?
Who said that?
Killer songs.
Really?
I don't.
You're not even short.
I'm 5'6".
Wait, how short is short?
I don't know.
You don't know your height? No, Rane, me and I are the same, almost the same. I think you're taller than me. Yeah. You're taller than me?
5'6". Yeah. But no, Anika always, when I tell she like, girl, this thing's so frustrating. Sometimes I just feel like, she'd be like, listen, look at where you were and look at where you are. And if you don't see a difference, all right. But if you do see a difference, just keep going. And sometimes, and I feel like in the industry we don't have like them conversations. Like we don't have them people like that in our corner with them conversations to tell us nah. No, when
Mm-hmm.
again somebody will hit me up because they see my performance, they're like, I like what you're doing. Do
Yeah.
this, do that, get this is my 2 cents, whatever. You
Mhm.
know, so I understand. But just to switch gears here a bit, who are some of the artists in the industry um that you look up to, if you do, if any?
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
I say
absolutely.
no
I don't
more.
know
Don't
anyone.
talk.
I don't know anyone that
And
has
who though
given
would
him
not?
beats or
Yes,
work with Nadia. Like
yes.
her
Nadia
aura,
is the
yeah,
OG.
her personality,
Yeah,
her aura, everything. She's just like such a loving person.
it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
genuine. That's what
humble
it is.
and
It's
real.
genuine.
And
Yeah,
it's like you don't find anybody that's real. Not, I can't say you don't find anybody that's real, but it's rare to come across people that are real and willing and will
mm-hmm.
give
yeah,
you that time of day and have a conversation with you and listen to what you're saying, not just like you passing by, yeah, ting ting ting. She really
yeah,
cares. She cares about you. She
yeah.
cares about your craft.
And
She
you
cares
can
about
see that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can see it. Yeah. Even with her music,
Mhm.
right? You can see it. You see that she shows up for her craft and for her culture all the time. And when you look
Right.
at the type of shows that she puts on, you
mm-hmm.
can see it. If you pay attention,
Mhm.
you can
She
see it.
was
You know?
Tesha's really cool too. He offers
Yeah,
always words of
pleasure.
encouragement.
yeah,
He's always uplifting and has. I remember I was sick and
positive.
he was telling me everything to do in Trinidad so I could feel good and rehearse. And he was like, "Text me anytime you need something." Like, and so he was always
Nice.
ready to respond. Oh my God,
Yeah,
Lyrical's been there since day -5 for me. Before I even started music, Lyrical sat on a boat ride with me and he listened to me talk and talk about
that's
how
how
I
he
wanted
is.
to do music.
That's how
He
he.
didn't tell me to shut up. He wanted to enjoy the boat ride. He listened to me, and up to now, I'm like, damn, I'm sorry. I
No,
can't turn that off.
Leroy is like the big bro, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the big bro, like really, really and
La
truly.
Fana.
La pana say. Leroy is like really like the big bro. You can't knock that.
Yeah.
Another person
Yeah.
for me that well Nadia is it. Love Terry, love
Yes. So down
Fayan,
to earth.
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the time when Ami fed Fayan, she get my buffin. She was like, "You have a manager? Get you a manager, and don't let it be one of your friends. Don't let it be one of your friends." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah."
I'm crying. I
And
believe it.
took that and run with it, and I got a manager, right?
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
next time I saw her, I said, "I get a manager." Eh? She was like, "Good." Like, so you just have to take it as it comes. And I think like we need, especially as the newer artists, we need them kind of guidance.
That's
Um,
right.
Hmm.
it will go a long way. It will
And
go
It
a
rest in
does.
peace, Ricardo Drew for me too. He was there since day one too. He
Oh,
supported me
rest
man.
his
a
soul.
lot too. Yeah.
This man always with a word of encouragement.
All the time.
Always. Like I so mad I deleted the DM conversations with him saying, keep doing your thing and all this kind of stuff. Because sometimes you want to look back at that. Devil Matches was one of them for me. Right. And he's like, just write and sing. Just do your thing. Like don't wait for nobody to tell you. So you really, really have to cherish because now they're gone. And it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of tough.
Yeah.
But we need more of those. We need more of those definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
who are some of the musical geniuses that you have your eyes or heart or songs set on working with in the near future?
Voice.
Yeah.
Um, I really, really like his craft and I watch his growth from where he came from and I absolutely, absolutely love it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Mikel Teja is another one too. He is just, it's like he have a key and and I will just I love that energy of that authenticity and it's just it makes me want to gravitate towards that, to learn from that and feed from that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Kess as well. Kess
And you
is
naming
another
everybody I
amazing.
was gonna say. Just
Yeah,
keep
well,
going.
the
Because that was one of
the
mine.
You
good,
already did
you
voice
know,
though.
yeah, the good. Kess is another one that has a different. I like I like global environments. I like where you can go and travel and fit into any demographic. Your music is able to relate to anyone who's never even heard soca before. Because there's different types of soca, right? There's not just jump and wine. There is groovy. There is we like to call it the fusion R&B kind of. But I mean, it's just soca. You know what I mean?
But
Um,
not to cut you, Cali. I went and saw
mhm,
Kes in San Diego, right?
mhm.
And you know when you go to like what is this big festival they have with all these, I would say Caucasians. Um Damn, they have it every spring. I can't remember.
Not Coachella,
Coachella,
is
something
it?
like
Is
right?
it?
You should see all these people in there. And I'm like, they're like, yeah. And I
Yeah.
was like, look how Kes bring all these people, you know? Like,
Mhm.
wow. Like it
Yeah.
gets, and I understand what you mean when you said that global scale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that global scale. I don't know what Shaf
Yeah.
said, and I don't even want to go back to see what Shaf said.
Don't read
But
it.
what?
Don't read it. But that's just a few. You know what I mean? There's so many. There's so many. Of
Yeah,
course, Nadia.
everybody.
Clearly I love
Everybody,
lyrical
yeah.
as well. Skinny fabulous. Listen, I watched Skinny perform in Uber, and Skinny was sick. Like everybody on that cruise,
Yeah.
most of them was sick. And he came out and performed like he was not sick. And his energy, I just stand and I look at him because it's amazing. I would love to do a power soca with Pretty Fabulous. Would love, 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 love. And yeah, I don't want to take up all the listen,
No, that's
Anika.
it.
Go ahead, what do you
I have
have?
nothing else to add. Nothing else to say. That was
Yeah,
it. Oh
yeah.
yeah, Nyla.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nyla.
Yeah.
Nyla, yes, that
Nyla's
was
doing
my next
her
pick,
thing. Shout out
Nyla.
to Nyla.
Nyla,
She
yes.
Yup.
looks amazing. She is out here. She's
Amazing.
I
Mm-hmm.
I love her growth, and I like where she's going, and I know it's a lot more to
Yeah.
come. A
mm-hmm.
And
yes.
her work ethic,
She's content
amazing.
boss right
You have to
now.
put
Yeah, and she's
Content
content
extremely
boss.
hands-on. She's very hands-on and she just gets it. Like I admire that.
Mm.
I admire that a lot. Patrice, of course.
hooligan. Jesus.
Listen,
God, this is not bacchanal
Patsy,
soca
Just
like
drop
Patsy.
everybody name in the industry
Guys, what I'm
bring
in a
saying,
everybody.
Patsy.
Bring
Listen to me.
everybody. Right?
Patrice is, I don't know, boy. I think she's the longest running
Mm-hmm.
consistent
bro. Her catalog,
hit
bro.
is
How many songs does Patsy have, dog?
it's not even the songs, Anika. It's the fact that they're hits.
Hits, yeah.
Like how much
Mm-hmm.
hits. I put her next to Marshall as far as hits.
Yeah.
Like you can carry a concert and if you just perform your
Mm-hmm.
hits, you last in at least 2, 3
Yeah.
hours.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy to me.
Yeah,
I
and she
love it.
has the
And
stamina to she don't ever look tired. She's always on go. I would have
You
been.
get your rest.
I need
yeah,
intermission.
she's always thinking
Yeah.
of the next, you know what I mean? And this is the thing, right? This is why we aspire to learn
Love
from
her.
people who have been doing it for so
Yeah.
long so that we can learn what it takes or learn tricks or hacks or how you're able to sustain yourself in this industry for a long
Yeah.
time. And that is why the platform and the opportunities have to be guided as well. You'll just go and run out on stage and no, have a say, you know what, when you go out on stage, think about you being stage, you want to interact with them, but have a mind, go and practice and rehearse what it is direction.
Yeah.
Don't just say go out on stage and run out. Because you're gonna go out on stage and be like, um, everybody, you know what I mean? And it's
No,
just like
listen.
What
cricket.
y'all
Not
doing?
to cut you off, and I know y'all name everyone in Trinidad. But I want to work with everyone in Trinidad also. But I want to step outside the box and say that I want to work with Dash, Naki and Thunder, Boise. I want to address.
Boys, he was on my list, yeah.
Yeah. Lava Man,
Wait, URL
Asa
stamina. We
Banton,
die where you
That's the
going.
vibes.
Wait.
Real Lane,
Mm-hmm.
Sugary, Team.
Hmm.
She,
What's my girl?
Vaughn. Of course,
Tion.
Vaughn.
I think that's like Vaughn. Yeah. So,
Vaughn.
yeah.
That sounds lit. I really want you to do it now. I
Yes.
need that.
I will be able to check your pampalam.
Hey,
Get him.
ah,
Hey, get him. Get him.
Anika. I don't borrow from Anika. I don't borrow.
I come in.
But
Just call me on stage
listen,
one time.
Oh my God.
I
Yes.
we know, Cali, I wanna ask, you take vocal training because you have a nice, sweet, melodic voice. I know
Oh
I can,
God. Thanks.
I just wanna
Thanks.
ask because no, and that's a question. Do you take vocal training?
I mean, does high school choir count? Secondary school and junior sec,
Okay,
that
Yes,
counts?
it
yes,
counts.
I
yes,
mean, I was
yes,
only do it for a
yes,
year, but
Yes.
yes. But
I guess, but telling the truth, my vocal training really came from Lauryn Hill, and that is I listened to Lauryn Hill and sang all Lauryn Hill songs like
yeah,
Lauryn Hill for years.
especially that.
And there was a gospel singer called Sandy something, I can't remember. Anyways, she was a soprano, and that was my natural key. I'm a soprano.
Okay.
And I started with her when my grandmother used to tell me, yeah, she know. But other than that, it was Whitney
You
Mariah and Lauren.
go.
That is who I was listening to morning, noon, and night. And yeah, that's it. That was the training.
Mm-hmm. Killer songs.
Oh, I'm Brandy.
Okay.
Like that.
I'm
Okay, killer
Brandy.
songs.
Yeah, Brandy.
Brand.
Yeah.
Oh, never say
Cause
never.
them
That whole
Oh.
them
album.
run,
Yes.
Have you
them run.
Yes.
ever loved someone?
Anika,
Yes.
your voice,
Got it.
I could hear it from New York to Tongue,
Wow.
right? I come on to party. And you see that jamming. I saw you one time, you was going ready to go and perform. You had these little flutes thing or pipes, whatever you call it.
Mhm.
I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about
My
what
straws.
your straws.
Yeah.
And he was blowing on it. And somebody asked me, what you doing that for? Like, how you just work up this, you just bring it from your big toe? What went on?
Girl, I think that is it's natural, it's genetics, but it's also some training in there. I've been, I did my choir in high school. I had my vocal lessons. I have to go back. It's been a while. It's been like a year since the last time I had my lessons was after I had Lele. Because pregnancy and it kind of dishevels all your insides and your intestines. So I had to get back
No,
my
but
voice because I
okay.
had none. Um, but I do my warm ups. YouTube has a
A
lot of vocal,
lot.
and now TikTok. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I'm TikTok boss. You can find everything on TikTok.
Is it
TikTok is
TikTok boy?
in YouTube.
TikTok, you get no for real. You can find everything on there.
That's
And alcohol you have to cut back. I stopped smoking hookah. So
Right.
in events and everybody have their little nice hookahs and it's just rocking, chilling. Not me. I used to be that person, but I had to cut back. I remember smoking hookah and I lost my voice completely for like 2 months.
Wow.
I
mm,
couldn't record. I couldn't do nothing.
Hmm.
yeah. It burns. It burns
Yeah.
you up. Dries it out
Did you
completely.
see that
Hmm.
comment at the bottom there?
Well,
Amazing.
Well, it's
hookah
not at the
2 years ago, yeah.
bottom. No, it's from Patricia. It says you're a hot
Bless.
blend of Nadia and Destra.
People say that all the time. Pat, I hear that all the
I just
time.
get
And I will take
it,
that as a
and sometimes not.
compliment.
I'm like, what?
Absolutely.
All right, we go take that.
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
take
know
it.
if I. People say you sound like Sunel, then you sound like Little Bits, then you sound like Nadia, and I was like, I ain't hear it, but all right, cool, no problem. So I coming down to the ending here, but before I get to the ending, I have a real juicy question.
Juicy.
Yeah, juicy. I want to know if y'all have ever been hit on by anyone in the industry, be it producer, DJ.
Hold on. I'm coming back.
Is it a real question?
It is.
No, nobody likes me.
Why you say don't say that?
Oi.
Nobody likes me.
How you gonna say nobody
Yeah,
like you?
I get hit
You
on.
ain't think You don't think nobody don't see that big dog next to you that they won't even venture?
Nobody
Pulling
here to
on
leave.
say you're lying.
Nah. Nah.
Cali.
Listen,
Right, Lavada, right?
I
Just a question.
I
Lie and lie again.
you beautiful women always get hit on, right? I think I'm a beautiful
You
woman.
are.
You have to consider yourself beautiful, right? I think regardless, it's how you carry, how you respond. I think it's how you respond. If you entertain it and you just keep it professional and keep it pushing, it happens. It happens a
Yeah.
lot. I
A lot, Anika.
a lot, and that I think that's one of the reasons too. I'm so selective in who I share my passion with. For me to work with somebody, I have to now start to give you my ideas and the things and open up that creative flow for you. So to connect with you on a certain level, and then to have you kind of insult my professionalism or my work ethic with that kind of that kind of behavior it's a turn off.
Yeah. So,
It's an absolute turn off. And I could see why some soca artists are so, what do you like to call them, beef mode.
right.
And they don't entertain us at a talk because as soon as you start warming up,
You listen, and this is why I think Killer Song said I need to stop being so friendly, right? Because to me, I'm just like, oh, everybody's all cool, right?
Same.
Right?
Same.
And then
that's right.
I think they take that on a different level, right? So I had a
Mm-hmm.
manager before Kyle, big up to Jam Down Management. My own manager, I know she probably here. She's still around with the team, but I felt like too many people were getting past her and coming to me, right? So I was like, nah, I need a pit bull. Because one time, and nobody steps to me when Kyle is around, just like nobody steps to you when Zay is around, right? And one time I
No,
was trying
that's
to
not true. You still have people. They don't
really,
care.
ooh,
Girl. I could say
what?
people they would shake Isaiah's hand and then DM me 5 minutes later.
Oh, one time I heard, Rane, how are you, girl? You good? Yeah, husband here. Girl, you know how long I wanted to take you out? Hmm?
See?
But how we reach there?
They don't
Then they don't
care.
care. And I was like, damn, they really don't care. And one time I was trying to line up an interview, and I'm trying to line up the interview, and then I hear, who you living with? Hear me for an interview? Nah. I'm
If
good.
I give you a story.
I said,
Yes,
nah, good.
listen.
Give me an interview. Yeah, Sharon, I don't want the interview again. I said, don't worry.
That biography. Trouble I see. Yeah.
But yeah, you must laugh
Wow.
at these things because if you really take them on, you would be annoyed. But
I
it's funny.
You
know.
would not participate. You won't. Because
Laugh.
especially when you kind of moving by yourself, imagine you have to go to the studio by yourself or with certain, producers and stuff like that. You have to feel safe. Professionalism is such an important essence in this industry for women.
Yeah.
You need to make your artists feel safe.
Listen,
When you feel safe around somebody, the creativity is unmatched.
Blacklist. Oh no, not
why?
blacklist.
Why for speaking the truth? But listen, I had a time, I was comfortable around like people that I know from a long time, right? Shouts to Mr. Lion, shouts to Wildfire. And I was accustomed with recording with them. And then when the studio get hot, I go take off clothes, right? So I in a vest, I in my cami clothes. Them know when studio hot clothes coming
Because you're
out.
working.
Right.
That's
And it
right.
was a cool thing because them know me from like
That's
teens, right?
right.
But what I had to learn is you can't do that in every studio.
That's right.
You can't. You can't. So that was
Yeah.
like, all right, we get it. We get it. I speak for two female DJs. Nobody can this the order. Okay. So I want to know, Kali, how did it feel being the winner of the Show Your Flow competition, right? For the TD Toronto Joke Festival. Like how you felt
That
when you
was
found that out.
that was great. That you know what, being the first in the first soca category. I want to do that.
I know, I'm
Being the
giving you the love. I'm giving it to you.
being the first soca. This is first of all, Juke Festival is a reggae fest,
Mhm.
right? That's essentially Juke Jamaica reggae. It's essentially reggae,
Okay.
right? It's a huge festival, and I think past 2 or 3 years they just started doing soca acts.
Mhm.
No, just a big soca act. So I think last two was Famanapi,
Okay.
right? But with their, what I say, their talent, they showcase a lot of young talent.
Mhm.
But with that, they always showcase reggae, reggae gospel, different
Oh,
variations of reggae, some R&B, but it was never
right.
soca. So this was the first time they had a soca category for an artist to come and showcase their talent at Juke
And
Festival.
what?
And it was to win. It was amazing. I really pushed and market myself because closed mouths don't get fed, and it turned out great. And it was an excellent experience, and I connect with a lot of promoters and stage managers, and it just opened a series of events for me in Toronto as
Yeah.
well. Even before I performed on the show, I started getting bookings for other shows, and which I think is 6 in total. And it was great. I love that. And I think I will always be the first, so it's good to be the first.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
right? That's good. So cry again to the world. That is it. That is it.
Oh, that's it. Big up you.
Yes.
Now,
Thank
Anika, I want
you.
to know
Yeah, girl.
how you became a recording member of the Recording Academy.
Oh, nice.
Yes, girl. So that is
I
all.
love that.
Thank you. Big up management. Big up Isaiah.
Yes.
I know I had to have certain credentials and recommendations, and
Absolutely.
um, people just kind of like throwing my name to them. So it's a lot of staying in touch with a lot of the members of the Recording Academy. So
Right.
it's like a sorority. Was that the word? Like a
Hmm.
Yeah.
a
A
club.
little protect.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
And I have so many new friends. And it's different because we're now sending emails to each other. Hey, check out this song, that song, and then it comes down to voting. So I know that Ginger, hopefully that is going to be thrown to one of the categories for the Grammys,
Yeah.
either Best New
Nice.
World or Best New. However, they don't have a soca category,
Right.
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
just for them to hear my music and hear soca, a lot of the time they're like, "Wow, what is the sound?" It's
Yeah.
really new to them. So it's
Excellent.
that's another platform. It's huge. It's the biggest platform, one of the biggest platforms. So management helped me get inducted into that. And I also want to mention with that, I have health insurance. Before, yes, I have
What's
health insurance through the Recording
up?
Academy. Through music, I am able to have health insurance. Even though I'm a nurse, I can't
Oh.
you ask me how I'm able to do certain
Yeah.
things. I'm not scheduled full
Right.
time. So I have the flexibility, but I don't have insurance. But now that I do music, I do. So I'm very grateful
I
and
love
thankful for the
that.
You see, so
opportunity.
it
I
pay,
love
it
that.
paying off
It's
in
paying
one
off,
way or the
and
other.
Yeah.
Mhm.
exactly, you just have to find ways to make it work for you. So I'm so happy, and
Absolutely. I love that. That's a great achievement.
thank you,
Congratulations.
thank you
Yeah.
so much.
So you've been traveling the world, Anika,
Girl,
hitting stages in Ibiza and all these places,
mhm,
all these carnivals stateside, and
yeah,
Philly, Jersey, and New
mhm,
York, and Cali just did a slew of performances in Caribbean for Caribbean over there. Like I was like, okay, girl, like you're letting up, right? No, and I was like, I'm proud of you for that because it
Thank
takes
you.
time, right? So with all this that happened, what's next for Miss Cali and what's next for Anika Berry?
To be honest, I'm just going to continue growing on what I have already established
Mm-hmm.
and keep creating music that I love, and also that was going to connect and make an impact with Miss Cali or for Miss Cali.
Right.
Um, n- yes, it's you're always going to be producing music for the industry, for the masses, but I wanted to make an impact on Miss Cali so that that brand called Miss Cali would be able to
Mm-hmm.
grow. So that you can execute various types of music really in the way you want to, because sometimes that's just the door,
Yeah.
right? When you get that door open, a lot of different creative juices flow and opportunities open as well. So that is the direction I'm going on. Starting to work now a little late on some unfinished projects. So it's just to clean it up
Mm-hmm.
and package it to get it ready. And yeah, that's about it for
Better
now.
late than never, don't worry. The season long. The season
Mm,
coming.
yeah.
Down here, Anika.
Yeah, just music continues.
Yeah.
We 2025 is approaching, so we're getting songs in our gears. I am working on an album. I don't have an official date yet, but that is the biggest project to come.
Yeah.
So just gathering the features and things like that. Um, I know Miami's coming up next month, Miami Carnival. So I'll be there. And might pop up in Trinidad it's the end of the month, maybe next month, the end of the month at some point. But
I said I will see you. Let's try and convince Cali to come.
Well, that was honestly I was like I don't want to be there by myself, you
You
know,
won't.
and because I a professional Luna, you know, only
girl,
listen,
bye.
professional, you know,
We outside.
no,
Right? Okay.
yes,
Girl.
a little. I am a professional Luna. People say, Kelly, you don't go nowhere. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but I just want to go myself. Yes, I'm going to also work, but I just want to be able to connect. So I asked Rane, you going, you know, just I can see who I could connect with out there as well when I'm there. But
Listen,
yeah,
when
I
Nika
am
told me
going.
she was going, Zay was like, Rain, come and go. I was like, you know what? That's my birthday time. October
Wait, when?
11th. We go.
Yeah,
October when?
11.
We had this
October.
talk because mine is October
Yes.
30th.
Oh,
Yes. So I said,
and the man
we
Scorpies,
we celebrating.
Attitude and walk
Scorpies.
off because we outside. Let's go.
Right, Cali? So
Don't
we
mind me.
going.
It's my bedtime.
Hmm.
So listen, so Anika says she's doing an album. She's about to release more things. I want to know what continues to drive you in such a challenging industry.
Wait, who's this question for? Cal?
Both,
Oh, and you
both.
guys thought you were going
Anika,
Oh,
you
me?
can pass the torch.
first. I'll tell you. I what drives me is knowing how difficult it has been or the challenges I have faced, and I want to show other artists who are interested in joining the industry as soca artists or regardless, dance or whatever it is that your passion is, that even though there are challenges, the triumphs are also there. So that is what really motivates me, of course, to meet the masses as well, for people to love my music and to do what I love. Um, but that is the driving factor because I think nobody shows that. Nobody shows the disappointments that come, the blocks you get sometimes, all that glitters is not gold.
Right.
So you have to really understand and think to yourself, is this what you really want? And I want to be able to show that. I want them to be able to look at me and say, okay, look, Miss Cali had real struggles, but she didn't stop.
Right.
She did not stop. She kept pushing. And I could do that too, because that is what they need to see. It's not take a pill and you end up at the top. It's a process. Yeah.
Anika.
It's definitely a process. And I think for me, it's like anything that I set my mind to, like I always have to accomplish, or else I won't be settled. When it came to nursing, I had to go to nursing school. I had to finish that. I just have to finish any project that I start.
Right.
So this is a project that I started, and I won't quit
Yeah.
until I finish. I don't have a end goal plan, whatever, but I know I would feel complete once I reach where I have to
So,
reach. I also have a daughter
absolutely.
that's looking up to me. I can't feel. I have my family watching for me. I have people that are messaging me saying they love my music and I'm a positive energy for
Yeah,
them. I'm saving lives through medicine and music. I really can't give up on the people that need me.
that's.
So
And how does it feel to have such a strong support system behind you?
it feels good. And it's also kind of nerve wracking because I put that pressure on myself. Like, if I don't make it, will they be
Mm-hmm.
disappointed in me?
Yeah.
Can I take on that stress? But
Mhm.
I still think that regardless of the outcome, although I'm not going to fail because I'm undefeated. Um,
Okay, period.
you see how I threw that in there,
I
right?
see what you did there.
I
Yes.
like how you plug it in.
I just feel blessed, man. They're here in my corner, and anything that I need, they're there. And it feels good. I have my
Yep.
cousin
Yep.
watching me, Patrice, pick up you. Like,
Yes.
it's
She said, make
amazing.
sure you find her when you come to Trinidad. Before I get to the last two things, which is going to be short, I want to tell you that Killer Songs, he said, I hope when y'all see me DM, just remember to never miss it. And I am telling you, don't miss it. Because Killer Songs, he has been around and he will put you on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when he DM
Yes.
you, just know he onto something and he is not a bullshitter.
Don't worry. We
Trust
name up.
me.
He will answer.
So, what advice would you give to young women or women in general that are willing to tap into the soca industry?
Talk is cheap. I say that to say people would tell you and sell you any kind of dream.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't be gullible
Yeah.
and do your homework. Be diligent. Watch for things. Be safe and always like just have that person that you trust on your corner. Do not
Yeah.
think you could do this by
Mm-hmm.
yourself because this is not a self project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no I in team.
There is no I
Mm-hmm.
team.
Miss Cali.
Um, know who you are.
Yeah.
Know who you are and what you're about. Don't expect your path to be like somebody else's path.
Mm-hmm.
And understand that who you represent yourself to be and the way that you accept opportunities, like not all bowl full is the same bowl, one full of water and one full of
Yeah.
sand, right? So you have to know what you're about. And as a woman, you have to be extremely aware. Don't take anything for a joke
Yeah.
because it starts with a
Yeah.
joke, right? You have to be safe, like Anika said, because we're women. And we have to protect ourselves. And don't be afraid to say no.
Mm-hmm.
To say no to your like for example, let's say you're working on something, you have a vision about something or a project that you're passionate about, and you reach out to someone and they want to change that vision.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to say
Yeah.
no. Because that's what's going to make you stand
Yeah.
out, right? From the rest. So,
Well,
yeah.
I say is to thine own self be true. And if something doesn't sit right with you, speak up. Definitely
Yeah.
speak up about it. But just remember, as I always say, no one owes you anything.
Mm-hmm.
You put in that work, or as they say, pay your dues,
Mhm.
whatever the dues are. Good dues, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta plug that in. So, ladies, before we go, can I get your social media handles, your web page, so you can give to the people on the live that would be interested in contacting you, booking you? Make sure you all get to the music, purchase the music, not
Yep.
just stream, download and purchase. Support the artists, support us. This
Yep.
is Rane Blackman on Behind the Soca with Anika Berry, the sweetest berry. And
Oh, sweet.
come, Cali, bring
Oh
it.
yeah, I want to. This alright.
And we
You okay?
Cali representing
Oh,
Toronto
stop.
as well, and we're
I
all
love
ladies with
you.
beautiful Colgate smiles, as Cordell said.
Eh.
So make sure you support us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Rain, big up you.
Yes,
Big
big
up
up
you.
you. I love this.
Yeah, big
Your
you up.
platform is what we need. Thank you so
Amazing.
much.
That's right.
Yeah.
Big up you and big up your vision and big up your team for standing behind that vision and helping you execute it. That is
Yeah.
key,
Yes.
and I just love that. Absolutely love that. Anika, I don't think I've never met you before,
No.
but just from your
No.
energy of interacting with you,
Yeah.
and I said never met, like I haven't seen you around, but we never had a conversation to know each other, to introduce you to ourselves.
Yeah.
I love your energy
Okay,
and
girl.
seems very genuine and fun.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna have a good time in
Yes,
Miami,
thank you. Please.
Listen, I started packing from now, so
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
it'll be cute. It'll be cute. We gotta get some cute content.
Yes. Oh, Cordella's gonna be out there, so video on deck. Ami has it out there, so
Oh
content
my
gonna
gosh.
Easy,
Content,
easy.
content, can't
Shop
stop.
we can still record a little song too.
Something
Chef,
sharp,
chef,
what
you
you
what?
saying? You mightn't get roti, but you might get a little doubles.
Okay.
Wait.
And I'm bringing the
We
drinks.
go we
Yeah.
will stick on sharp with that. We will stick on it. But ladies, definitely give out your
Yes.
handles, tell them your web pages.
Yeah, well, me is just Anika Berry _. We know that here, and then all my music is Anika Berry. On the YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, all the streaming platforms. And look out for more music, Anika Berry. Turn on your post notifications because
Yeah.
that's cool. I'll be throwing things at you guys all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Cali.
My all my social media handles on everything is Miss Cali Music. Whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube as well. It's Miss Cali Music. You can also find all my music, digital streaming platforms, SoundCloud, Deezer, Pandora, all of them. And subscribe, add to your playlist, join and support by streaming digitally.
Yeah.
YouTube, Apple, that's how you support us. Come out to see us when we perform, and show your love, and because it helps us grow and helps us learn.
Yeah. So
So
everyone,
thank you guys so much.
yeah, you're welcome.
Thank
But
you.
everyone saying it's been nice. Rane Blackman here, music, MUZIC_Rane on all platforms, www.musicrane.com. And this is Behind the Soca. It's something that we're trying to push to get people to know the artist, know what happens behind the scenes with the artist, and know what the artist is coming with next. So definitely support the music. Click the link in the bio because we have the links in the bio for all the music. Subscribe, download, stream. Would y'all leave Cali with these hats?
I was pointing to it like, yeah.
Oh, wait, no,
No,
there's
yeah,
somebody who pressed the button.
We sending love to everyone on the line. When you can handle it again. Oh my gosh. We sending love to everyone on the
Love,
line.
love,
Thank you for
love.
joining us. This has
Thank you guys so
been
much.
Behind
This
the
is
Focus.
great.
Ladies, have a wonderful night. We will bounce up in Miami.
Hey,
So
hey, hey,
sweet.
in Miami. Hey,
We
hey,
go,
hey, in
we go make it
Miami.
rain. Rain strawberries and sweet melodies.
Yes, that
Good
is it.
night, ladies. Good night to
Good
everyone
night.
on the
Girl.
again for joining us.
All
This will be posted to the feed for you to check out later.
right.
All right, everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.